is just one in a stack ready for lawmakers to debate as they meet tomorrow to kick off the legislative session. A couple of topics lawmakers tell us they plan to tackle: fighting crime and maybe considering the lottery yet again. And joining us this morning is Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth. Good to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good morning. Always good to be on. Looking forward to getting back to work, starting session tomorrow, so it'll be a good day.
I ask you this question. I've asked you this a lot over the years. I'm going to ask you one more time before we get into session talk. Your name keeps coming up in the discussion about who runs for governor. When will you announce your decision whether to run or not? Can you give us a time frame?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm right now focused on session, going to get through that. I think most people that are running for governor probably announce those will be coming out in May. That's the end of May is when you can start raising money. But right now we're focused on session and doing the job we're elected to do.
What should voters be watching this session? What do you think the top debates will be for this session?
Yeah, I think you're going to see, obviously first education budgets. We've seen tremendous growth in our state and revenue, people moving here. The revenue side slowed down a little bit, so we're going to have to be very conservative in what we're doing on budgeting and general fund and ETF. I think crime bills, we're working hard on that. One of the bills I'm going to be pushing is making sure we get district attorneys' budget requested increase to where we can pay more for prosecutors. We need that in the state. On the military bills, I think you're going to see a huge push on that. I think there's going to be some immigration bills with what's going on in the country and in particular in our state. And so I think you're going to see a lot of bills introduced. And also in the Senate, we'll be electing a pro tem on the first day as we've got a change there. So a lot of changes, but I think certainly Alabama's heading the right direction. And you're going to see a lot of bills introduced across a broad, range of topics.
You announced Friday Alabama Law Enforcement Agency now has a task force to work with federal agencies working with the Trump administration on those orders for people here illegally. You mentioned that you would be pointing out the problem areas that could help them pinpoint where they need to look. Where would you say those problem areas are in our state?
Yeah, different areas. I can tell you certainly in Marshall County is one area that I'm going to make sure gets highlighted. I grew up in Boaz, live in Gunnersville now, and then split my time between Marshall County and Montgomery. But I can tell you in Albertville, certainly has been a problem for a while, and we're going to continue just to talk to people to make sure people know if there's areas in our state that are seeing a lot of illegal immigrants, to make sure that the feds and ICE understand what's going on. As far as the task force, Secretary Hal Taylor, they'd already developed that before, and it's a federal task force that's dialed in on Alabama and other states as well. And so I want to thank him for his leadership on that, and certainly appreciate what President Trump's doing. And it really just boils down to this. We want everybody to come to America, to come to Alabama. We just want them to come here legally. I think that's so important.
The concern is that ICE agents will be going into schools and families are nervous. Is this just targeting those with a criminal background that are found in Alabama?
My understanding is from the president is that his goal and objective is to target the dangerous criminals and the ones with criminal backgrounds, the violent criminals, and that's who they're going after right now.
Just a few seconds left. You didn't mention lottery. Is that on the table? Have you seen any bills along those lines?
I don't think I've been in a session in Montgomery where the lottery hasn't come up. My position's been I'm always fine with letting people vote on the lottery. I imagine that'll come up, even though I haven't heard a lot of conversations about it, but there's no doubt in my mind that'll come up again.
Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth, we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Hey, always good to be on. Thank you.
Now, also happening tomorrow, Governor Kay Ivey, she's set to deliver her 8th State of the State